Welcome back once again. We're glad you're here for Ozarks tonight. I'm David Oliver. We've had some guests on this last month to talk about the fact that April is Child Abuse Awareness and Neglect Prevention Month across the Ozarks. A lot of people and agencies are doing a lot of events and work to try to highlight this critical issue in our community. We've invited two more people to come in and talk to you about their efforts on this issue. We've got Holly Beadle with Isabel's House and Matt Lemon with Burrell Behavioral Health to talk about April being Child Abuse Awareness Month. Thank you both for being here. Let's talk to you first, Holly, at Isabel's House. It's a crisis nursery. We've been covering stories with Isabel's House all the time. So when we talk about the fact that April is Child Abuse Awareness Month, you guys are dealing with this every day of the year.
We are. Child abuse and neglect prevention is the reason for our existence. So we're there to prevent that and to strengthen families. So Isabel's House is there 24/7 for families in crisis. We care for children whose families are going through all types of crises. Right. And so we provide case management for the parents and a safe place for the kids.
Yeah, remind our viewers again, I mean, you guys have been around for a long, long time, and you kind of have your hands in a lot of different facets to this issue, right?
We do. So Isabel's House is getting ready to turn 12 this summer. We provided care for thousands and thousands of children and helped a lot of families stabilize and strengthen. So a lot of the crises we see are homelessness, unsafe housing, mental health crises, a physical health crisis, fleeing domestic violence, drug-related issues, and just being overwhelmed as a parent. It's tough being a parent. So, and when you have no circle of support around you and no one to reach out to, it can throw you into a crisis and a tailspin pretty quickly.
And I know, Matt, that Burrell obviously sees this issue too, because a lot of experts will tell you that these issues stem from, in many cases, mental health issues. So talk about your involvement with regard to this being April and Child Abuse Awareness Month.
Yeah, obviously we come at it from the mental health angle. We know that 1 in 5 people will deal with a behavioral health problem in their lifetime. We know that a large number of people will experience that in the first between ages 13 and 18. We know that it's often 10 years between the onset, sort of that first sign of a mental health problem, and actually seeking treatment. So Burrell's philosophy is, let's try to work with these children as early as possible so that we can get them the treatment they need.
And I know Burrell over the years has really formed a lot of partnerships too with various groups in the community, not just on this issue, but a number of issues. So what are you all doing in terms of those partnerships to try to combat this issue?
Exactly, and this is one of the big reasons that we have started the partnership with Springfield Public Schools. The opportunity at the outset to reach 350 to 400 youth and teens per year is really a great opportunity, and we're thankful for that. We know that 16% of teenagers have suicide ideation, so I mean that just kind of puts into perspective the gravity of the problem. So that's one example, and we're in more than 30 other school districts in Missouri.
You know, I've asked other guests who've come on the broadcast, Ozarks Tonight here, to talk about this topic, the same question I want to pose to both of you. If you're somebody who's watching us right now and you think, and there's somebody saying, well, obviously I don't want to see child abuse, and obviously we want to have neglect prevention in our community, but what can I really do? What can one person do? What would you say to them, Holly?
Oh, one thing. That is
maybe
a tough
not just one
question.
thing, but how can our viewers get involved?
I think just having an awareness, and you can check out websites, I mean, for Burrell and for Isabel's House, and learn a little bit more. But I also think that just that awareness allows you to see things around you in a different light, and see maybe some of those families who might be struggling, that one of those things that they need is someone to reach out and just and see them, have empathy for them, reach out and offer help and support. Or just to connect them with the resources that they're learning about. Connect them with Burrell, connect them with Isabel's House, connect them with many other agencies in the community that'll help fill that need. So that's something, those are just the beginning steps.
Sure. Baby steps.
Baby steps.
Matt, what would you say to somebody who's watching us and says, I'd like to do something, but I'm not sure what to do?
Well, she kind of took my answer. I was going to say, reach out to an organization like Isabel's House. We have so many organizations in town that are participating in this Child Abuse and Neglect Prevention Awareness Month. that can help, and we consider Burrell to be one of those. If you're in crisis, if you're in an acute crisis, you can reach out for the services of Isabel's house. Burrell has a crisis line that if you're in a mental health, a behavioral health situation, and you need immediate help, you can call and get the help you need right that moment.
You know, our community has always been pretty forward-thinking in terms of getting out in the front of issues, and this is obviously one of them. And I know that you both have lines that are dedicated to help people if they need some help, and they can call you guys. What are your numbers, and what are those services that folks can seek if they call those numbers? Polly, you want to go first?
Sure. Our phone number is 417-865-2273, and we answer the phone 24/7 every day of the year.
Okay.
And families will be connected with a case manager who can provide resources, other phone numbers, other talking to them about other services, or just talking with them and speaking with them, and really doing a little bit of case management over the phone if they want to. If they're a little hesitant to bring, they don't know Isabel's house, and maybe they want to talk to someone first and just figure some things out, they can talk to the case manager.
Okay.
So otherwise, then we schedule an intake to bring kiddos into the house and help them in whatever way that may be, or provide transportation to get the family to Isabel's house.
I can't believe Isabel's house is turning 12. I remember when you all first started. What about your line, your phone line over there at Burrell, Matt? What kind of services can folks seek out over there?
Our crisis line is staffed 24/7 as well, and it is staffed by licensed counselors who can help in really, it's for those acute situations where someone is really in need of some help at that moment. Maybe they're suicidal. Maybe they're having that situation where they're needing to talk to somebody and get some help right then. Not only can we talk them through that particular moment, but connect them with the services they need, whether that's immediate or next day, to help them follow up on that. The number is 1-800-494-7355, and that's for Southwest Missouri.
Okay, you got the two numbers there. You heard the resources available right now as we still continue to talk about April being Child Abuse and Neglect Prevention Awareness Month across Southwest Missouri. I want to thank Matt Lemon with Burrell and Holly Beadle with Isabel's House for being our guest tonight. Thank you both, and thanks for the work you do to help our kids.
Thank you, Deb.
Thank you.
We'll have more Ozarks tonight after this quick break.